even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They'll start on the ground. ETN takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. You look at this Baltimore defense. Right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make, because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And they can't bring him down. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing. And I think he'll take that.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Yellow.
Now Mahomes. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. We were wondering what they would do defensively to disrupt Patrick Mahomes. Sacking him on the first drive, that's a really good way to set a tone.
The last thing you want to do is let him get established in the pocket where he can set his feet and throw wherever he wants to. Even though he does it well on the run and on the move, you definitely want to get him off the spot in the pocket.
14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here's Matt Ariza now. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. but they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
And they'll begin by running the option. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. From the gun, Jackson. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. Ooh, with a juke. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
They keep it with Smith on first down. A little juke. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone. First down. Jackson from the shotgun. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. Now it's Jackson. Over the middle, it's complete. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Now they send a man in motion right. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Chiefs offense and Xavier Worthy set to take over once more. And as we play here in the month of November, he's putting together a campaign to remember, the NFL's leader amongst wideouts in touchdown receptions. First and 10 now from the 30.
Yellow.
Now ETN to start the drive. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. You look at this defense. They come into this one down at the 27th position in the league, Charles, against the run.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better. Stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
Buying time to his left. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
This guy's proven himself to be one of the best in the NFL. He brings an added dimension to their offense with his ability to read defenses and know when he's able to pull it down and take off and go.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And they'll run with ETN. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Mahomes going to throw. Dancing to his left. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. Now here's Mahomes. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Did he keep... Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Ravens offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams to defend in the red zone. You see the graphic. He's 2nd in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. A give to Smith out of the gun. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line. The Ravens at 3-7 now in the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
34 yards there and a first down. Jackson. They'll set up the screen to Smith. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They go back to the ground now with Smith. After the broken tackle, couldn't get free for much space, taken down right at the 10. 51 yards rushing for him now to this point. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. Now it's Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only did they drop it look like an interception in the end zone, it blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And Jackson throwing once more. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. On play action, it's Mahomes. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open book beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Here's Jackson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And that's off the mark, incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile.
And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Open man right side is Rice. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Got a man over the middle, Worthy. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. First and 10 in the red zone. From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. A give, it's ETN off the option. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. Second and 10.
Yellow.
Here's Mahomes to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
ETN is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They juked him, and he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Play action. It's Jackson. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
That to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounding, but it's second down. That's into the hands of Worthy. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Screenplay, here's ETN. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Mahomes now to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Now it's Mahomes again. That'll be caught by Rice. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. Look at the big fella go. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Chiefs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes it a 21-10 game. after the touchdown. Here's Butker on to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Worthy. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Yellow.
To throw, it's Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Yellow.
Now Mahomes. A throw out wide going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. Butker's kick here is good. And the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, their offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
Jackson, a final shot before break. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Jackson now off the bootleg. It's wheeled in downfield by Johnston. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Jackson. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Inside handoff, Smith. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
They go play action now. Jackson. That's caught. It's Flowers. And down inside the 15 he goes. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now it's Smith running right, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Here's Jackson to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now Jackson. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Only a yard in the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. His 4th rushing touchdown on the campaign, number 7 overall. And the Ravens have cut it back within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 24-17. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. Now here's Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Mahomes going to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because He really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
15. Yellow.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of this third quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also in letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, put the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Throwing is Jackson. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. We're back now in KC. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. Now it's Jackson. And Walker has it. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And they're going to speed things up here. A first down carry for Smith. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. Second down and 8. To throw is Jackson. To the right side, into the hands of Flowers. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 36. Jackson, options out left. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. Second and a couple. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now it's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They'll try and run for it with Smith. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. 62 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from the 20. And the Ravens have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with a touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
So just a three-point game now as they send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So here are the Chiefs to take over. They're on a three-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Mahomes now to throw. That'll be caught by Rice. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
He'll get this complete to Worthy. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Mahomes is going to run the option left. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. That's complete, left side to Worthy. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. To throw, it's Williams. Did he get the feet down? Yes! Touchdown! And Xavier Worthy. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Butker is on target, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Jackson will throw again. And a quick throw here. That's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it's 2nd down. Jackson. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson now. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
You gotta make a move.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Boy, hard to catch your breath. Another big play looming, 4th and 3. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the 1st. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And it's fielded at the 34. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down by 10. A little over a minute and a half remaining. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Throwing, Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
That one into the hands of Flowers. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Here's Jackson. He gets it to Johnston. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now Jackson. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So a little under 50 seconds to go. Plenty of time if they can get this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the Chiefs, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Cincinnati next week. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.